The Queen's death has triggered a mixed response from former British colonies in the Caribbean, where some nations had already begun the push to remove her as their head of state. For more, let's go live to ABC correspondent Jade Macmillan, who's in Kingston, Jamaica, for us this morning, where, in fact, earlier this year, William and Catherine they thought it was going to be part of a charm offensive for the Platinum Jubilee, but it wasn't like that at all. But what are locals telling you now about how they're feeling on the passing of Queen Elizabeth?
Well, good morning, Lisa. We've heard from a number of Jamaicans here, people who are really expressing quite a deep sadness at the death of Queen Elizabeth, particularly older people who remember learning about the Queen in school, for example, or who had the opportunity to meet the Queen on one of her 6 visits to Jamaica over her 70-year reign. At the same time, though, there are growing calls here for Jamaica to cut its ties to the monarchy altogether. When it gained independence from Britain in 1962, it kept Queen Elizabeth as its head of state, and younger Jamaicans in particular have argued that it's long overdue that situation changes, that they want to follow the lead of Barbados, which became a republic last year. But let's hear first of all from some of those people that I mentioned earlier, people who really expressed a real sadness at the death of the Queen.
Came to Jamaica on a few occasions and we met with her, and she was, what would call it now, a people person. So that's why we're giving our condolence.
She's so graceful and kind and loving and embracing. She always talk about Jamaica.
When I hear that she died, I was so sad in myself. Yeah, I really miss her.
Yeah, so words of sadness there, but there's no denying there's been a real push across the Caribbean nations. We saw it with Barbados in November last year after 400 years becoming a republic. So what's going to happen with the push for a republic in Jamaica?
Well, Jamaica's Prime Minister took many by surprise earlier this year during that visit by the now Prince and Princess of Wales, when he told Prince William that his country was moving on. That was at times really quite an awkward royal tour. There were protests on the streets of Kingston, people calling for Jamaica to become a republic, but also demanding a formal apology and reparations over the monarchy's historical links to the transatlantic slave trade that saw hundreds of thousands of enslaved people brought to Jamaica from Africa to work on plantations here. Rosalie Hamilton is a local scholar and advocate. She has really been leading this conversation. We spoke to her earlier.
I think conscious, deliberate efforts to come to grip with the past is what was required. And I think the expectation that whether the new king or the next king, or somewhere along the line, this atonement and recognition and commitment to end the legacies that persist today is what is expected.
Now, during his visit to Jamaica, Prince William expressed what he described as a profound sorrow over slavery. He was echoing the words of his father, the now King Charles III, who described it as a stain on our history. So not the formal apology that many people here are looking for, but advocates such as Rosalie Hamilton saying that it was, at least in their view, a step in the right direction.
All right, Jade Macmillan, thank you.